Hello everyone and welcome to another beer review. Now, when I decided to do the Leeds series, which I'm sure probably a lot of you have forgotten about because we haven't visited it for a while, but there is still beers that we need to try. And I knew I'd have to get round to this brewery at some point, and I knew it was kind of trepidation because it's one of these brews that has this kind of reputation that appeals to certain types of beer drinkers, and going by that basis is probably going to be less likely to appeal to me. In other words, it's trying to reinvent the wheel a lot of times, and of course this brewery isn't maybe the favourite type of brewery for more traditional beer drinkers, which of course I would say that although I'm open to try new things and I'm open to basically brewers and breweries to kind of obviously be progressive and move forward, I've always said that just because you can doesn't mean you should. There has to be a kind of reason, there has to be a kind of an identifier. Yes, you've got the kind of traditional side of beer, and if you want to kind of introduce new flavours to go with the kind of more traditional flavours, then that's understandable. To make crazy for like vanilla ice cream nonsense and things, I'm sorry, but that's telling me is you don't like the flavour of beer, so you want to create beer that doesn't taste of beer, which tells me that your main kind of customer base doesn't actually like drinking beer because they don't like the flavour of it. So, with trepidation, we've got Northern Monk. Oh dear. And we've got Faith, the Hazy Pale Ale. So, let's see what that's like. It's a 5.4. I think this is roughly about at £3.50 a can again. And now, there's a bit of spill on the back. So this, of course, Northern Monk. It's actually, it's a brewery. I think it's just on the outskirts of Leeds, basically. And there's a 440ml can because, again, it seems to be that a lot of these kind of new progressive breweries and their drinkers can't really cope with a 500ml can. I think anything close to a pint, you just, it's just too much for us. Maybe it's the weight in the glass or something. Maybe they struggle with that. I honestly really don't know. But I seem to notice as the case is more traditional breweries for years have been going with 500ml bottles and cans, and it seems to be more of the kind of craft breweries that seem to be all lingering about the 440ml cans, because I honestly really don't know. Either they're trying to keep the price of their product down by not giving you so much, so it's a false economy because you're thinking, well, it's not too bad, yeah, but you're 60ml short every time. You know, that soon adds up if it's a session you're on, you know, from that point of view. Or they maybe realise that their clientele, their market audience just can't cope with a 500ml can or bottle or whatever. But anyway, I'm just noting this to be a trend, and I'm sure it's not actually a decision that's made for the benefit of the drinker, for the customer. It will probably be for the benefit of either marketing points of view, price pointing or whatever, and that type of stuff. But it's to basically kind of slightly to deceive usually. So it's a case you get 440ml, so it only costs this much, and then you're comparing it. Well, it's not too far away, and you're thinking, yeah, but wait a minute, one's 440 and one's 500. You see, so it's a bit of a con. Right, so let's see what the kind of bit in the back is. So Faith, Hazy Pale Ale, and they've got Keep the Faith. Oh dear. Keep the faith. Trying to remember which arsehole came out with that song. Oh, it wasn't Bon Jovi, it was some kind of nonsense like that anyway. So it was brewed in the north with Brian Dixon, described as an affable and vaguely eccentric brewing wizard in oversized wellies. So apparently he's hashtag number 2 of the Brethren. which of course, it's Northern Monk, so they're trying to make it like the church, That's like, we're like the new religion, Well, praise be to us. Yes. So, then they go into a little bit of Yorkshire. Alp, or Alp. We're Northern Monk. A few years ago, we set out to brew some of the best beer in the world from a damp cellar in the north. We didn't have much, but with the support of friends, family and a £5,000 gift from a grandparent, we've come a long way. A lasting commitment to creating the best beer experiences we can, whilst working with the community around us, continues to drive us forward. And there we go. It's Northern Monk Brew Company, the Old Flax Store, Marshall Mills, Holwick, Leeds. There you go. And keep chilled and sup up. It don't get fresher than this. There we go. And it's 5.4%, 440ml can. It's roughly about £3.50 a can. And there you go. Nothing else to really say about that. Northern Monk. So, let's see how hazy or crazy this is going to be. Let's get it poured. Now again, I'm going in totally open. Maybe a bit of trepidation and things like that, but I'm totally open. Hopefully, there has been ones where we did a couple of vocation ones. One was bloody awful, and one was actually quite nice. So you never know. And at the end of the day, I have bought this. So I would like it to be a bloody good one, because at the end of the day, I don't really smell. I can just smell it. I've just cracked open the can, and I'm just getting wafts from the actual open can. Now, what do you think I'm going to be smelling here? It's a pale ale, it's hazy. Is it going to be a bit of the old Minute Maid? Oh God. Right, let's pour it. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's very well carbonated, because it's pouring like a bloody Fanta. So it is. You know what this smells me of? They used to do, have you ever heard of Orangina, which was I know they brought it over into the UK and that, but within France, which is home place, is a kind of obviously a soft drink based on orange and other citruses. And they used to do one which was a kind of a mixture between kind of lemon and orange juice. And it smells a bit like that. It has that kind of, you're getting the citrus, you're getting the kind of grapefruit, but you're also getting slightly lemony tones as well. So you are. And just by listening to it, it really is quite well carbonated. And of course, there you go. The head's buggered off, really. That's what you get with a Fanta and orange gin and all that. So there we go. So yes, it smells quite citrusy. Not getting anything else. Not getting any malt. Not getting any florals. Not getting any grain. Just citrus, citrus, and citrus. So there you go. So it's hints of orange, hints of grapefruit, very delicate hints of lemon. So let's see what it tastes like. Oh geez. Let's just say that the flavour's very front of the mouth. It just dies on you. It dies on you mid-tongue. And I mean, really does die on you. I mean, it's like, it's all just pissed off. I mean, you're getting to the mid-tongue, getting a little, and then it just starts dying on you. So about halfway along the mid-tongue, the flavours are starting to fuck off. They're like, we're out of here. We've had enough. And it just, they aftertaste watery. unbelievably watery. That is just, I have never had a beer like that before. What were they saying? What do you call it? We're Northern Monk. A few years ago, we set out to brew some of the best beer in the world. Well, we're just not having an aftertaste at all. Make it a good beer. Is that what we've all been missing? Is that where all the breweries have been making the mistakes? Is like, see all this basically, mid-tongue going on to aftertaste. Sod that. Get into the halfway across the mid-tongue and then that's it. Just let it watery away. That's it. Just let it piss off and just, that's it. Nothing. No aftertaste at all. Jeez. I mean, Lemsip's got more of a bloody aftertaste than this. That's just unbelievable. So you start getting, it does remind me of bloody Lemsip, so it does. Starts off with the kind of citrus at the start, but the citrus is so kind of bland at the front of the mouth that you can't even distinguish what it is. It's like citrus tones rather than citrus flavours, and you can't identify, is it supposed to be grapefruit, blood orange, tangerine, lemon? None of that. It's just citrus tones, very bland, completely non-distinct citrus tones. And then it moves on to the kind of mid-tongue, and it just kind of, it started to fade already, and then basically when it gets to kind of like the middle of the mid-tongue, it really is, it started to really dissipate. And you mean, you've still got fluid there, because your fluid hasn't, you haven't finished drinking, you haven't finished swallowing, so it hasn't all gone over the kind of the back of your mouth yet, and the flavour's gone. The flavour's absolutely gone by the mid-tongue, and then all you're just getting is this kind of watery kind of feel as you finish off. It's just unbelievably bland. I mean, it's one of these ones, it's all talk and no trousers, as we say in the UK. So you've got the aromas of citrus, citrus and citrus. And then when you taste it, it's like, Lemsip has a stronger citrus flavour than this. If you know what Lemsip is, I think it's Codex, and you get in some countries as well. But these kind of cold and flu, kind of lemony drinks, that's what it's kind of like, but they have more flavour. It's just dead in the water. Absolutely dead in the water. Well, it's easy to drink because there's nothing really there to stop it. It's like, bloody hell, that's bland. Right, marks out of 10. Well, it's unusual and unique, but not in a good way. What would I give this out of 10? I'm going to have to. It's just so, I mean, look at it. Completely dead as a beer. No flavour. I'm going to have to give it a 2. I'm going to have to give it a 2 out of 10 because there's nothing there. There's nothing really there for me to give points for. It's a complete lack of flavour. I mean, the citrus that you get at the start is just not enough and not focused enough or anything like that to actually be able to identify what type of citrus flavours you're trying to kind of, input into the actual beer. There's no beer flavours at all. Again, it's one of these ones again. No malt, no grain, no nothing. It's just a little bit of citrus, and then it just gets weaker and weaker. It just goes very watery. I mean, I'm talking about really. The mainstream piss waters have a far more distinct and developed aftertaste than this. This has no aftertaste whatsoever. It really is unbelievable. So yeah, I can't score it because there's nothing there for me to score. So I've got to give it 2 out of 10. It's just unbelievably disappointing. I mean, it's all hype and absolute nothing in the can. I mean, seriously. For this, for the £3.50, there's nothing there. Really. Very disappointing and very surprising that they actually think this is worth putting out. I mean, I'll challenge anybody to go and try this. It's just watery and weak. It really is weak. Weak's probably the best way to describe it. Keep the faith. Faith Hazy Pale Ale, 5.4%. It's weak. Absolutely weak. I mean, this is for craft beer drinkers who definitely don't like the taste of beer, but don't really like the taste of citrus either. But quite like fizzy water. And this must be an absolute godsend for them, for people like that. Because it delivers on all them points. It doesn't taste of citrus, doesn't taste of beer, but does taste like carbonated water in a lot of ways, especially in the aftertaste. So, 2 out of 10. I couldn't recommend this in any way, shape or form. It's just pathetic. It really is just pathetic. So, very disappointing. Oh, £3.50 up the bloody pisser. There you go. Great. Jesus God. You actually think, like, did you try? Did you actually really try it? You think, oh, fuck it, can't be asked. That'll do. I mean, I could understand if that was the case. Oh, can't be asked. That'll do. Just give them that. Hopefully God will like it. If that was their attitude, I can understand, fine. At least there's a reason for it. But if they actually think that, oh, here we go, this is, well, good beer, this, you're thinking, is it fuck? Yeah. Yeah. 2 out of 10. 440ml can. 5.4%. Don't bother. Seriously, just don't bother. There's nothing there to even try, really, to be totally honest. So, thanks for watching. Cheers. And bye for now.